Hey guys, so I know it's been a hot minute. I don't feel like explaining why. Let's just say a lot of stuff has happened in the past half a year, honestly. The past 6 months have been insane in a whirlwind roller coaster in my personal life. And honestly, K-pop was kind of the last thing on my mind for this entire time. But a lot has happened in K-pop since I've been gone. The biggest being, oh my gosh, I keep dropping cards. You can tell I'm out of practice. The biggest being the whole New Jeans stuff. New Jeans, all but Danielle, have returned to Hybe. Well, I guess not necessarily Hybe, more like a door. And I did predict this. And if you guys remember, back in my very last New Jeans reading, I actually said that I saw 2 members wanting to go back. I saw 2 members that were kind of on the fence, and I saw one that was kind of an outlier between all of them. And that's kind of what happened. You know, Haerin and Hyein went back immediately. Hanni and Minji went back a little bit later. And Danielle has completely cut ties with Adore/Hybe. And now it has come out that Minji won her lawsuit, which I didn't necessarily predict, but honestly, that whole situation seemed a little wishy-washy anyways. In terms of who was on the side that the court was going to side with. It was a little hard to tell, honestly. It seemed like it was very back and forth a lot of the times. And it seemed like they had different ideas of who was in the right at different times during the whole case. So I was a little shocked to see that she won, but hey, it is what it is. I am pissed off that she has the audacity to be like, I won't accept the money if you, I don't know. That pissed me off a lot. Because the whole reason New Jeans got pretty much blacklisted for it was a year, almost 2 years, was because of her and everything she did. New Jeans put their own money into fighting the court because she asked them to. And she just sat back and did nothing and ends up with the victory in the end. Pisses me off. Really pisses me off. But we're going to read about this. I'm going to read specifically about New Jeans, the members, what they're planning from this point on. If you are interested in hearing about Minji and the court case, and specifically about her and V from BTS and their text messages getting leaked, or her leaking their text messages, that will be a separate reading. So stay tuned for that. This is going to be about New Jeans. And if you enjoyed my little Lord of the Rings video that I made at the beginning of this video, all of those readings that I put on there, those are going to happen. So stay tuned if you're excited for any of those. Those readings are on the way. But you guys waited long enough, so I'm going to stop yapping and I'm just going to dive in. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's see. Minji. Hanni. Danielle. And yes, I am including Danielle. I know that technically she's not a part of New Jeans anymore, but I feel like if I didn't include her, it would be weird and there'd be something missing. Haerin and Hyein. Cool. Okay, so Minji showed up as the star reverse. That's a lack of attention. Her star power is a little diminished. I think she just feels like, honestly, to me, it reads as a little bit like embarrassment. I think she's a little embarrassed. And I don't think she should feel embarrassed. I think that they were all young and they were all impressionable. And I think that everything that they did, they thought at the time was the right thing to do. So I don't see why she should feel embarrassed, but she does. She feels like they suffered like a public embarrassment. Because the star being reversed, that's all about like attention, eyes being on you. When it's reversed, it's kind of negative. So she feels like her reputation's a little harmed and she feels a little embarrassed about that. And I will be going deeper into all of these girls. I'm going to go through them first and then look deeper into these specific cards. Hanni showed up as the Ace of Cups. Hanni's got something good planned. She's actually pretty optimistic. I don't know exactly what. Again, I'll look into it. But yeah, she's feeling good. She's like, I have plans. I have something big coming. There's a really big, like, opportunity coming her way. Yeah, seems good. Danielle is the Knight of Wands. I see Danielle still in fight mode. I see her still wanting to take a stand against things. I just see her not yet willing to like put down the sword. She wants to keep going. Haerin is the Magician reversed. I'm gonna have to look deeper into that because it's hard to read Magician when it's standalone. But essentially that means that she's feeling off spiritually in terms of like the energy around her is just off in some way. And Hyein showed up as the Seven of Pentacles. That's about putting in the work. She's putting in the work. I feel like she's very business focused at the moment. She's very like, I have to get my shit together and I have to do well. So let's look at all of these a little bit deeper, starting with Minji, who was the star reversed. She honestly is like, I don't really care anymore. What I wanted out of it, I didn't end up getting. So she didn't get what she was hoping to get out of all of this. And now she's like, I honestly don't even care anymore. I'm just ready to move on. The Ace of Pentacles being here is good too. That means that she also has good things coming for her. The difference between the Cups and the Pentacles is Cups is more emotion, it's more feeling. Pentacles is a tangible thing. So that means it's more of like she's going to get something. She's going to gain something. Something's going to be gifted to her. And yeah, she's just ready to move on and be over it, honestly. Yeah, she's a little sick of being like torn between the two. Interesting. Queen of Cups and Page of Pentacles here. I think, yeah, I think she's just ready to like put an end to it. I feel like she's like, I'm tired, I'm over it. Let's just do what we have to do. That's kind of the energy to me. Is there something else going on here? I don't know. Why do I feel a little unsatisfied with all of that? World reverse. All good things come to an end. There is a part of her that does feel like, I don't know, it's interesting because there's a part of her that does feel like they ended up winning. Even though she's like a little embarrassed and she's like, we got publicly shamed, and I feel like she has regrets, but at the same time she feels like they won. It's interesting. She's a little like, we won, but like at what cost? That's what it feels like to me. It's like we won, but at what cost? Um, yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to Hanni. Mm. Oof. Ooh. Okay. Uh, Three of Swords tells me that she feels betrayed. She feels backstabbed. And the Six of Pentacles here means that you got more out of this than we did. We put everything into this and didn't get anything back. And the High Priestess being reversed means that her perception was altered. Her perception was wrong. She's finding out, Hanni is finding out that her intuition was not correct. That her gut feeling was actually wrong. Sometimes your intuition can trick you, and what you think is correct isn't actually correct. That's kind of what she's finding out. Y'all have to tell me in the comments if any of them have made mention of Minji or the court case since being back with Adore and Hybe, because I actually don't know. But yeah, the Four of Pentacles is greed, and the Five of Swords is a fight. The Lovers being reversed is like a close connection being severed. It can also be read as like codependency. I think she feels like she put a lot of her money and her trust into this battle, and it to her, again, I don't know if they necessarily feel like they failed, because it doesn't seem like they feel like, oh, we failed. It's more like we were uh, basically we were kind of on the wrong side. I don't know. I think maybe, yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I think they're just kind of feeling like, damn, where we played, it honestly feels like that you played in our face. That's kind of what it feels like. You played in our face. Um, but yeah, I don't know if any of them have made mention of Minheejin since going back. You guys will have to let me know. Because if they haven't, I'm inclined to say that this is them being like, damn, bitch, you roped us into this. You know? You brought us into this and now you're the one getting out. It's like, that's kind of crazy, low key. But if they have, then I'm not exactly sure what this is referring to. I mean, I guess it could be referring to Hyein, and feeling like, I don't know, maybe they decided to put their trust in Hyein again and are realizing that, that they shouldn't have. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me if they haven't made mention of Minheejin or the court case since being back. I would say this is about Minheejin. If they have, I would say this is about Hyein. It's hard for me to tell. Though when I read Minji, the Queen of Cups was there, and that's usually the card I pull for the new Adore CEO, and it was upright, so kind of tells me that there's no real bad animosity between, specifically Minji and the Adore CEO. So, if that tells you anything. Let's look at Danielle. She won't stop. She won't stop. She won't rest. She needs to. She's gonna burn herself out. She's so, I need to keep going. I need to keep fighting. The reason why she is like, I need to keep going is because she's like, if I don't, I'll be emotionally distraught, essentially. It's kind of like overworking herself to distract from like her emotions. Give it a rest, girl. Yeah. Look at that, 5 Pentacles. She's definitely feeling isolated from the rest of the group. Obviously, that's not shocking. The Sun reverse tells me that she's not exactly in her best mental state. It's a little bit of negative emotions and negative thoughts. And the Judgment card here is she feels like she's being heavily scrutinized and heavily watched over. Not just from like the public, but from the companies and Minheejin and the other members as well. She needs to lay a little dormant. She's gonna hurt herself. Yeah, she's missing out. Honestly, if you want my opinion, I think maybe Danielle jumped the gun a little bit. I think maybe she made a rash decision. At least that's how it seems to me, judging by these cards. I think she should have taken a little time. I think she should have taken a little more time to think about what she really wants and what she really wants to do. Because she works really well with the girls, and she misses the girls. And she misses being close with them, and she misses the kind of camaraderie that they had during their time away. Right? It's almost like they got a little trauma bonded through leaving the company together, you know? And she doesn't necessarily miss that era, because I think that era was hard for all of them, but she misses the connection she had to the other girls during that time. Their connection was stronger than ever when they were leaving the company. And there was a part of her that had hoped that it would be like that forever. That they would be this kind of independent group of young women that could go against everything, right? Go against the industry. And I just think that she's kind of realizing that that wasn't super realistic. Um I do see her trying to heal from this. But the only way that she's going to be able to heal is if she takes a rest. She needs she needs to go a little quiet. She needs to stop for a second. I think she'll be fine. I mean, the Ace of Swords is here and it is reversed, but that doesn't mean that it can't come to her eventually. Sorry if you heard that popping. That's my mini fridge. um it's not like this opportunity that she's missing out on, this life that she's missing out on can't come back around to her. Um Aces are very strong cards, and even if they're reversed, it means that there is always that potential for it to get flipped around. Um so I don't think it's all doom and gloom for her as much as it like might seem like it. I think she's just in a bad place at the moment. But she'll come out of it. She'll end up healing, and she'll end up finding her way um through all the sorrow and heartbreak and sadness. Um yeah. But she definitely needs to take a rest, to take a break. She's doing too much and she's too in her head. All right, let's look at Haerin. She was the magician reversed, right? Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Well, I'll start with the good. The good is that she is satisfied with where she is and she's satisfied with her decision. Um However, there is this weird feeling of her being forced to kind of pick a side, because the Two of Pentacles is it's like juggling two options and trying to figure out which one's the best. So when it's reversed, that means that like there's a very clear answer. But it's almost like, oh, I could do this one or this one, but it's like, no, you're gonna do this one. Right? Like you might think there's a choice. It's the illusion of free choice, essentially. Mm. The Three of Cups being reversed is all about gossip and talk. And the Six of Swords being reversed, it's the return of the old. So that makes sense. And the Death card being reversed is the end to a cycle. Or, excuse me, the Death card reversed is not wanting the cycle to end, essentially. It's the opposite. It's the opposite to the end of a cycle. um, uh, I think Haerin is also in a weird place of like it's not the same. It's kind of a double-edged sword. That must be why the Two of Pentacles is there. And it's reversed because she's happy with her choice and she knows that everyone made the choice that was best for them. Doesn't mean she's not sad about the outcome. Right? That doesn't mean she's not sad that Danielle isn't there. You know what I mean? That's what this seems like to me. I think that they had this idea that no matter what happened, they would, all five of them would stick together and be together, whether they all left or whether they all stayed. I wonder if they were all supposed to stay. Like, if that was the conversation between all of them, was if we go back, if one of us goes back, we all go back, right? Because we can't do it alone. And that's just not how it ended up working out. Yeah. Again, just because you're happy with how your situation turned out doesn't mean you're happy with how the whole situation turned out. Let's look at Hyein. She's feeling nostalgic. I think being back in a hive, in a door, and working with the people that she used to work with and doing the things that she used to do, yeah, it's bringing back good memories. It's reminding her why she did this in the first place, why she wanted to do this in the first place. King of Pentacles being reversed here is a little concerning. Just means that there's an authority figure around them that's a little strict. But I think she takes it in stride. And honestly, I think there's a part of her that likes that there's somebody there that's a little stern with her. I feel like she works better when someone's a little more upfront like that. It's not necessarily negative. Again, kind of the same thing with Haerin. Just because she's happy with how it's going for her doesn't mean she's happy that Danielle is not there. You know what I mean? She is upset that like they're kind of this little family that they made together, the five of them, is a little shattered at the moment. That does upset her. But she's also like, there's nothing I can really do about it. There's nothing I can do to fix that. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue working and be myself and stay strong and be kind and generous. That's how she feels. Honestly, it's interesting that the Empress is here because she is the youngest. But it's almost like she has this newfound maturity to her. It's giving very like mother. It's giving like maternal, mother of the group, which is interesting considering she is the youngest, right? So like you would think that if anybody had that kind of maternal vibe to her, it would be Minji, but Minji doesn't really have that. It's actually Hyein that has that. It's funny. Okay, I'm gonna pull these up. I'm gonna reshuffle them, and then I'm gonna look at what's in store for New Jeans as far as like future and music goes and their comebacks. Okay, I'm back. Shuffled all my cards. So let's look at the future of New Jeans, what they have in store for us, what their comeback's gonna be like. I did hear a couple rumors about them planning a new comeback, but I don't know how accurate that is. So let's look and see. Okay. I actually think that they have a lot of ideas for new jeans. Um, and I also see them kind of like, let's look at what worked for new jeans before and not necessarily mimic it, but I guess just pull from past in like past songs. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there was a reference to um one of their older songs in a newer song. Um think like when Red Velvet did Power Up and they referenced like a bunch of their older singles. It kind of something like that. It's almost like we have a lot of ideas and we want to kind of pull from the past and why people um fell in love with New Jeans. But there is also an element of looking forward as well. So I wouldn't say that that's necessarily like, oh, let's just copy the same thing we always do. It's more of a let's make a self-reference to our old stuff while incorporating this new stuff. Um, I also see talking of like hardship. I wonder if they are going to have a song that is talking about how rough the past year or two have been for them. Because I see them opening up about past struggles and past hardships and feelings of being scrutinized in the public and being under surveillance 24/7 and being misjudged. Um, I just see them being like kind of putting it all on the table. Like this is it feels a little open to me. It feels very like raw and honest. Which kind of excites me honestly. I would love for them to make a song like this. That kind of seems like one of the directions that they're heading. The Eight of Wands is about rapid movement and rapid change. Ace of Cups is reversed here, and then we have the Six of Wands reversed, which is about uh, a failure. It can also be like trickery, like getting duped, getting got. Um, so I wonder if they're going to talk about what happened in one of their songs. I mean, it might be a little tongue in cheek. It might not be super direct. I don't know if they can be super direct. Um but I see them saying something about it. Definitely. The the rapid change here tells me that things kind of changed for them overnight and how overwhelming that is. That's what that seems to me. It could also mean that their comeback's going to happen pretty soon, pretty fast. So, yeah, I do think they'll see success with it though. Some people won't like it because they're just haters. And they did lose um a portion of their fans. I think we have to be honest with ourselves and be like, yeah, I mean, New Jeans did lose a lot of fans and they lost a lot of support amongst K-pop fans. Um, so there's gonna be people that aren't gonna be even willing to give them a chance, but for the most part, I do see it being successful. Um, Ember here tells me that there's like authority in it. I don't know. It's almost like the queens are back. That it kind of feels like that. It honestly feels like, did you miss us? Like here we are. That's the energy, I feel like. And I feel like it's gonna be really raw and honest, and I feel like they're gonna be very candid with talking about everything that's happened with them. I don't think they're gonna come back. It would be near impossible for them to come back and just have a cute, fun summer hit. That's just not realistic. They have to address the elephant in the room, and they're going to. They're gonna address the elephant in the room, even if it is like something really fleeting and like a pass by comment in one of the songs. It has to be addressed in some way. Um and it will be. I want to look specifically on how fans and non-fans, casuals are going to react, how the public's going to react. So let's see. Let's see how fans will react. Oh, interesting. Let's do casuals / the general public. And let's see antis, because, yeah. Okay, so interestingly enough, their fans, I feel like they're going to feel like we're missing something. I mean, obviously they're missing Danielle, right? That must be the missing link that they're missing. I see them liking it, but not wanting to like it. Does that make sense? It's like, I'm happy that we have a comeback, but I'm there's something missing here. It's not, it didn't reach its full potential because there's a member gone. The general public / casuals are going to be torn. There's going to be some people that like it, and there's going to be some people that hate it. That's pretty clear cut to me. Antis / like people who left, people who don't care for them, they're the Four of Wands reversed. I want to look deeper into that. Because why do they feel like, I don't know. Because the Four of Wands is a family card, and when it's reversed, it usually just means that there's an issue amongst like the family. So why do they feel like, oh, these are like our little siblings, our little sisters that like fucked us over? That's honestly how they feel. I'm gonna go deeper into that. Yeah, they feel like, that's weird. They feel like they were like wronged by New Jeans personally. I mean, I feel like that's a little dramatic. I feel like that's a little dramatic, y'all. Um yeah, Ace of Swords is like an opportunity though. Oh, okay. I get it. They feel like they took opportunities from another group that I think you can probably guess. Yeah, they think they're greedy. The Justice card is here though. Meaning that what's fair is fair. So I think I don't know. When it comes to people who have been hating on New Jeans this whole time, um, I feel like they're like, you guys are just greedy. You guys are just money hungry. You guys fucked everyone over and expect us to just cheer you for it. That's kind of the energy. But we don't really care about that. We don't really care about those people. And to anybody watching this who, is one of these people who does really dislike New Jeans now, I want y'all to please understand that all of these girls were very young when this first started happening. And yes, 19 and 20 is young. Those are still very impressionable ages. And you're probably around that age. If you're like, oh, I'm that age and I didn't do stuff like that. when you get to like your mid-20s and your older 20s, you'll understand how dumb and stupid you were in your early 20s, okay? They are very young. They still are very young. And they had a bitch for a CEO who made them seem like she had their best interests at heart. And even though we could all tell that she didn't, they knew her personally and we did not, right? And so I feel like give them some grace. Obviously, you don't have to. You don't have to like anybody that you don't want to. But if you were once a fan of New Jeans and all of this stuff rubbed you the wrong way off of them, give them some grace. I say give them a second chance. I think they'll impress you. Cuz I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for New Jeans music. I am a little upset that Danielle won't be there. But it is what it is. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed this, please like this video and subscribe. Hey, I show up once in a blue moon, right? Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!